I'm so happy that suddenly it's looking like Max reign has ended.
Because even if he doesn't win qualifying, you can bet your entire life savings that Verstappen wins the race. I was showing that I'm a man and I'm sexually active. There has been reports about Shannon Sharpe being gay before that. Oh, he's gay. He's just talking blah blah.
Not reports, rumors.
Rumors. Sorry, I beg your pardon.
Up until this particular moment, one of the precedents is that in one of the live shows, they have had like live shows on the road, right? And at the end of it, there's this section whereby they tell come and tell us some of your most nasty sex experience.
Yes, they have a sponsorship with a brand that does stuff like that. Yes, they've been going during their their tour that they did to Atlanta, to Houston. They've been doing sessions that were very erotic, asking people about their sexual preferences and stuff. I see Nike. The fact that you are having sex with Michelle doesn't mean that Akin is not coming in for round 2. So that does not dispel anything.
I don't.
Instinctively, people want a new iPhone every year.
My V50 that I bought in 2020, I could take pictures with my palm by waving like this. So
the funny thing is, I'm so happy that suddenly it's looking like Max reign has ended. So they just use you to scatter a legacy.
I think that's enough gap.
So if you win this one, after this season is not winning next year, I can guarantee you.
Piastri is
Norris supposed.
Yes,
Norris has.
Piastri is cutting into Norris's.
Into Norris. No. The funny thing is, I like the dynamism in McLaren. Kalayeba, kilo ko babo to wa ṣáájú Bottas to ṣá 80 Lewis. Bobo, this Lewis teammate, I used to forget his name. That one Rosberg. Can Rosberg will say nǹkan tí Norris ṣe at all. Because if Norris had not held up Perez, I think lap 24 or lap 25, Atiba race yẹn get Perez láti lead. Oh, dem go Perez láti wà níwájú yẹn, lè gbà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ mọ́ because obviously he has a superior machine. So what Norris did was for like 2 laps, while Piastri went for a pit stop, what Norris just did is whenever we are breaking corner 1, corner 2, block him. So gbogbo gap to go cover up, ti block ẹ pa. Ìgbà tó máa wọ́n wá straight kan wá lo DRS. DRS la, ó ṣe wá fi DRS fi Lando Norris sẹ́yìn. So he didn't have much time to maneuver, and again he now started fighting with Carlos Sainz. So eventually, as fate will have it, because he would have been comfortably second. Oti maneuver, Carlos Sainz Akpo. But as God will have it, what happened? And you know how Perez can be now. Babatu is very aggressive because normally in my own view, I wish we can just maybe like share and show what happened. In my own view, there was enough space, but he wanted to make sure there's sort of this revenge that I saw in the movie did there. He wanted to make sure that in every possibility, Carlos Sainz will not end up on podium. You get, and it's backfired kind of. But F1 is crazy, Sha. I hope that this thing will continue next year, and whatever change will come next year will not come and disrupt everything again. So let's see how it goes, Sha.
To our viewers, in case you are wondering, it's on About Nothing podcast. Nothing has changed aside from the fact that Polish has changed location. It's here to offer me moral support. Fully Aki and fully generous as we go, because it's planning to be a packed episode. Why are you kissing the badge? Please, you are beating Girona. Let me focus. Let me get started on the F1 notes, because from qualifying practice, if Sergio Perez is competing to win the race, competing to finish pole position during qualifying, and Verstappen didn't turn up at all. I know that Perez has had a disaster of a season before this weekend. At some point, some people were like, you should not even come back to Red Bull after the mid-season break. They should bring in someone else. Let's see what we can do. Do we point the fingers to Verstappen this weekend and say, dude, you didn't do well at all? Like, what exactly is going on with you?
I think it is fair enough to say Max has not been racing well. I think for the past 5 races, even was it Monza? Like, he has not been racing well, like point blank. But the fact remains that the situation that Red Bull has with Perez, his contract situation, has been a major drawback for the team. And this is something that we've not appreciated in Mercedes over the years. The fact that the leadership structure at Mercedes has been able to handle conflicts and have an internal resolution of conflicts, such that they are not leaving it to the public, or they are not leaving it to media to throw too much speculation in. I understand the fact that Drive to Survive, one way or the other, is, in my own eyes, the impact is not that significant. But I understand the fact that we are in a different time where stuff like Drive to Survive, there's so much talk in the media, and a lot of that can actually fizzle into the team. So, but I feel like Max has not been doing enough, such that attention would be like, the whole world will be able to take the attention away from Red Bull, and they'll be able to sort their internal conflict. But it also boils down to the fact that the leadership at Red Bull are not that good enough. They are not efficient enough. The scuffle they had with Max's dad, the very recent one, the contract situation with Perez, and how everything has just been going. So I feel like if the leadership have been able to handle things better, things would not have escalated to this level. I know a lot of people that are just watching F1 for the first time would not understand what I am saying in-depthly, but whatever happens in a construction, in the construction team, it is more of the little details. It is more of the man management, the conflict resolution, the risk management, and all of that. And we saw that play out almost perfectly today. The fact that Max had a very terrible qualifiers, and he could not cover a lot of ground. And in days like this, you need your secondary driver to step up. In all fairness, Perez tried to step up today, but Azerbaijan is a very, very difficult track. Stuff like today happens when those kind of maneuver and overtake happens. So I feel like in all of it, I still blame Max, because he, quote and unquote, is the captain of the team and should have done better to avert a situation like what happened today. Because if Max had won today's race from the terrible position he had from qualifying, we saw someone like Hamilton go from 19 to 9. If Max had replicated something similar, we would not be talking about Perez today. Nobody would care what happened to Perez. It would just be one of those Perez moments. But now it's more of McLaren is leading on the constructor table, and everything is now juicy. There's more to say. There's more to talk about in the media.
I think we've been waiting for this polish for a very long time, because the best way to describe it is, after the whole promise of rule changes in 2020, F1 is going to be very competitive, blah, blah, blah. And for like 3 years or thereabouts, aside 2021, where Hamilton was very close to winning, 2022, 2023, even the viewership last year dropped massively, because even if he doesn't win qualifying, you can bet your entire life savings that Verstappen wins the race. But this year, we've seen McLaren step up to the fore. We've seen Ferrari won at Monza. Hamilton has won a race. George Russell has won as well. It all makes for exciting watch. But it's not beginning to seem like as if, Red Bull cannot respond well to competition, which some people have accused them of, and some people feel like, you're just hating. But now it's beginning to look that way, that once they see genuine competition, both drivers and team principal engineers, they are very prone to errors.
I won't use the word prone to errors, because as much as they were leading the pack with their car in the previous years, the driver was also almost with no mistake. So I think as much as we want to castigate or maybe penalize Verstappen, we also have to admit that in the past 2-3 years, he has driven some very, very clean races.
Yes.
Very aggressive, very annoying, but clean, no mistake races, from strategy to execution, to maneuvering, to start of race. Like, he has driven some very clean races. So, but I think one thing that is important is when you have someone that everyone regards as the genius of Formula One resigning from your team, even if he has not fully started with the new team yet, you get a sense of feeling that there are some things, that some conversations, some discussions in terms of strategy that will not be as impeccable as it was when Adrian Newey was with them.
Yeah.
Adrian Newey is someone that, you know, everyone just believes that once it's on your team, things go better, strategy goes better, the implementation, the car design, the makeshift in terms of because except want to see ourselves, even when they were having spectacular seasons, what was happening is that they were also able to, anytime there was a particular problem or issue within their engine or within their car design, they're able to improvise with speed and get the right changes across. So when you have that kind of situation, it tells overall in how your team functions. Losing Adrian Newey, no one's really talking about it yet because it feels like, oh, it's still with the team and whatnot, but you can't compare it with. I'll refer you to the situation with Hamilton that we discussed about some parts ago, where Hamilton was complaining about the vibrations from the door. And it took them getting to the season, multiple races, expressing that particular problem before they finally succumbed to what Hamilton was saying. Imagine where you have a principal or an engineer or race designer or car designer that immediately picks up that complaint and fixes it immediately, and then you are not going through the emotions like Mercedes had to go through to fix that particular problem. So that's just like an example of what is like. And again, we also have to acknowledge the talent level in the Formula One. Piastri, even Norris, even though he has been a bit disappointing to an extent, Piastri has been driving. Leclerc has been immaculate. There has been very, very like a bridging of the talent gap in the whole circuit. Before, it looked like it was just Hamilton and then Verstappen. It looked like no one else could come close to technique, to come close to skill driving. But this season has shown us that people like Piastri, Norris, Leclerc are actually, going to continue to show their skill. And there are a couple of guys still coming up that you think that, okay, they will also do well. So I think losing some of the mastermind, one of the biggest mastermind in Formula One, talent gap, getting better. And then obviously the rules, as we were told, was going to take a while to catch up to everyone. And I think we are saying that I think it will continue to the next season.
Before I even call it quits on Formula One, LMJ, for those that don't know, I think Mercedes announced that Kimi Antonelli becomes their driver for next season, replacing Lewis Hamilton. And that's like revealing the worst kept secrets in the entire sport of Formula One itself. And but what seems to be the weird part now is, what's his name? Toto Wolff decided, you know what? He doubled down on the decision that was made in it, that criticized to let Hamilton go and not offer him a long-term deal, and said, oh, it was the right decision, blah, blah, blah. Then you're bringing in Kimi, who is he's not even 18 yet. But there's a lot of promise. And for those that have forgotten or don't even have the idea, Verstappen came into Formula One around a similar age. But Verstappen came into Toro Rosso, which was the junior team of Formula Red Bull at that point. So the pressure was not as high. For Kimi coming into, because Mercedes had the opportunity to go for Carlos Sainz, who's going to drive for Williams next season, but they opted for Kimi instead. Like, when you look back at it, does it still feel like, okay, the right decision, we need to let Hamilton go to pick up an amazing talent, or could they have waited like another season in Formula 2 or 2 more years thereabout, or you bring him in, then you loan him the same way you did with Esteban Ocon. You loaned him to a team that uses Mercedes engine for a year or two for Formula One. I think Ferrari did the same thing with Charles Leclerc as well. When he came into Formula One, they gave him to a younger team to be able to observe him, and they said, okay, he's ready. Would that have been a better path for Mercedes, or this whole idea of, okay, he's young, he's good to go, let's go?
Yeah, I'll make arguments for both sides. And though I favor more of, I'm more in favor of the fact that they made the right decision. Why? Considering the talent pool of Formula One at the moment, is actually no time to. Okay, I said I was going to make argument for the other side, but let me start from you. So it's actually not a time to throw him elsewhere and make him learn the rope elsewhere. Why? Because a lot of things will change rapidly in Formula One within the next decade. And the earlier he's accustomed to the car he's going to drive for the next 2 decades, the better. And I feel like as talented as he is, as sharp as I have seen him in F2, I feel like it's somebody that will quickly acclimatize himself to the car, and making mistakes in Mercedes would not be a bad thing for him. It would be a very good thing and would give him loads of experience. And the fact that he's driving along a very good driver too in Russell, we have to be very sincere. Russell has been impressive this season. As shambolic as Mercedes has been in the last 2 seasons, Russell has shown us why he deserves the seat in Mercedes. So I feel like driving along Russell, he can learn a lot and can get a hang of it. I feel like it's a very good decision considering the pool of talent in the Formula One at the moment, because a lot of things is going to change. And I feel the last time we had this was when Alonso was in his peak. That was the last time we had this. Kim was in his elements then too. I think that was the last time we had this kind of talent pool. And the fact that he needs to learn, he needs to compete. He needs, I will not lie to you, he needs to be in that front pack. Being in the middle pack would not do him a lot of good because things can go wrong rapidly in the middle of the pack. And for the other side is the fact that he can learn a lot from scrapping, from grinding, from hustling, because it's one part that people don't talk about more often is the fact that there is a lot of technicality that comes to being a Formula One driver. And that is why in a talent pool of 20, it is very easy to spot the best 4, the best 5. Because maneuvering corners, mastering turns offhand, like there is like a special level of talent. There's a special level of grit. There's a special level of intelligence that comes with mastering turn. Like what made Lewis special is the fact that the margin for error in maneuvering some turns with him and some other drivers is miles ahead. Like he knows when to shift gear, like he knows the perfect time to turn at a perfect gear. Like it sounds insane, but if you've ever played Formula One on a console, you know how difficult this is. I tried it a couple years ago. I think F1, was it 2021? Whenever in qualifiers, I'm always 12th, 18th. My best position was 12th. So like it looks very easy. Like when you are, even with a simulator, I think I had the privilege of using a simulator once. It was terrible. My driving was terrible. As good as I thought I was, because I'm good on go-karting, but it takes an high level of mastery to perfect these corners. So I feel like that grinding out in the middle of the pack would help him if he was sent out to another car. But at the same time, he needs to get used to the car. So I feel Mercedes made the right decision, in my personal opinion.
Club football is back. There's nothing. Arsenal won, so we can't drag back in. Barcelona won, nothing to matter.
Why would anyone be dragging me at this stage of the season? It's too early, guys.
Please,
why is Wale and Bollish together in the same room? Where are you
to see your face, Akim? You can speak.
You can't see my face because I'm actually driving. So you guys will have to forgive me on that. Apologies. I'm trying to I'm trying to make it home alive.
Sorry, please don't let them Tariq kill Akim. Akim, please don't kill
Akim, I'm sure you will get home in time just to show us your face for the end of the episode. But I was not referring to you. The club football has returned. Champions League will return during midweek. Europa League, blah blah blah. But Polish, it will be remiss of us to talk about the fact that is it that we're living in a different society now, or we just all like frivolities? Because I don't think we all know who Shannon Sharpe is on this podcast. I'm sure Elemeji has an idea of who Shannon Sharpe is. Former NFL player, XPN pundit at this point, nightcap
Club
podcast host, Club Sheshe host, and everything. You see that? Because what Shannon Sharpe is trying to tell us now is everybody around him says he's not technologically savvy. He's not very good with technology. He doesn't even post his tweet, they post it for him. But to go on IG Live, yes, there's no sex tape, but there's a sex audio. And ESPN decided, okay, we can't punish him for him. It's not as if there's a sex tape, there's just an audio. It's not, we can't punish him, we can't fire him from ESPN for what has happened. And he has apologized and said, oh, I was showing that I'm a man and I'm sexually active. There has been reports about Shannon Sharpe being gay before that. Oh, he's gay. He's just talking blah, blah, blah.
Not reports, rumors.
Rumors, sorry, I beg your pardon. Rumors. Being gay and what have you. To now make things interesting, the lady that, the word he said, the name he said during that particular action that was happening.
It's in action.
Action that was happening. Suddenly the name has been registered for a particular business and the business is making tons of money as we speak. And I'm there wondering, Shannon, this is beginning to look like
Staged.
Like it's staged.
See,
it is stagey. Let's call it what it is.
So for me,
I think everything points to the fact that it's just the fact that okay, Oga is not newsworthy enough. Let's just continue. We all know it's staged now, but my issue is having different standard for different people. That's just my issue with all of this.
There is no standard or whatsoever. Sorry, the person that the question was directed to, I might have to just cut and just point some two or three pointers out there. The first one being number one, why is it that at the end of it all, a product is being is advertising for, is now an ambassador for it, and as it relates to exactly what transpired.
No,
that's the first thing the sexual enhancement drug. That was what he's not promoting it at the end of the day. That's number one. Number two, the only reason why ESPN would not probably sack him or anything is because there was no video. And that means something they could have argued that, you know what, okay, we could just be faking it or something, or just put some audio of some random people, and then in the process you think it is what it is. They don't have enough proof for them to just say, okay, we will sack you. That's the done. So let us, and then he's saying, oh, it's not technology savvy, and then you go with your phone every day. I beg, let's be honest with ourselves, Jerry.
No. Okay, I think I'm the only one that is not as cynical as you guys. And the reason why maybe I'm going to take the other side is that I think I always like to give people benefit of the doubt, at least to an extent. And the reason why I say give benefit of the doubt is that Shannon, in his life, as entertaining, as loud, as boisterous as he has been throughout his career, from playing in the NFL, there is this traditional Southern principle about him, about how he does things, about how he carries himself. So if he has always maintained like that, he's not someone that, even his relationships, even his children, he's not someone that talks about things like that, even on his nightcap. What I mean by that is that he's not someone that has been known to talk. Yes, he talks about, oh, I'm active, I'm good, but he's not someone that has been known to
but then you've not been watching some of his live, he had in Houston, he had one in this thing. You've not been watching. Sorry for cutting you. I've watched enough nightcap to see that there has been precedents leading up until this particular moment. One of the precedents is that in one of the live shows, they have had live shows on the road, right? And at the end of it, there's this section whereby they tell come and tell us some of your most nasty sex experience. And
that's not what I'm pointing to. That's not what I'm pointing. I'm not pointing to him talking about sexual acts or sexual thing. I'm talking about in terms of revealing what he himself does privately, in terms of revealing what someone else is doing, in terms of exposing people privately. I don't know how I can differentiate.
No one is saying that he is not a private person or anything. All I'm arguing is that there was an opportunity. There was an opportunity on ground to promote a product.
We've had your point of view. Calm down. I don't know why you are so excited about what.
I'm not excited. It's not a case of being excited. It's a case of just calling it what it is. I'm not one to just like we're not gonna waste time. We're not gonna waste time on this. Wait, we're not gonna waste time. Listen, no vex, I beg. We're not gonna waste time on this issue because.
But I don't agree with you now, and I'm trying to establish what I'm saying. That I don't agree with you. That there's a possibility. There's a possibility that you're recording for his personal usage.
I'm only telling you a precedent. I'm telling you what led to that particular moment, what has been going on, and I can tell you for a fact.
You can't say you're telling me. Were you there with them? No.
No, I'm telling you. Wait. You can
come out and give us more information. Do you have access to Shannon Sharpe's?
You're not paying attention to what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that
you're not also allowing me to communicate.
I can wait first. I can hold on. I think what Polish is trying to point out here is
you can't be 100%. You can't just say, except you were there and you saw how he positioned the camera to the bed so that he could grab the audio and not the.
No one is talking about the video now. I'm talking about the event leading up until the particular time that the video came out. I only want to address that part. And if you can just listen to me, then you will get my point. You get my point. I'm not. No one is talking about the video now. Listen, Abolish. Listen, please. I'm only saying that event leading up to that. Event in sense of like the episode of Nightcap will tell you that they are a brand ambassador for a particular sexual enhancement drug called Roe. You understand? They've been promoting that product like 2, 3, 4 weeks before that video came out. You understand what I'm saying? And now, part of it is that for when they were going on live shows on the road, they in order to promote that video, so there's a particular session of every of them.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
They promote, and then they tell people that okay, we've made up a session whereby people can come out and talk about their sexual art. Don't be shy, just come out, and you can see the reaction that it was gaining. That you know what, you can almost say 2 + 2 is equal to 2 when that video came out. Like okay, this is where it's going. It's just so easy. It's the entertainment for crying out loud. It's immediate anything to draw traction. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that.
So let me ask you a question, Aki.
Let me ask you a question. Is it a crime?
It is not a crime. I don't want to know your business. You kilo come. It's not a crime.
The way you respond, you're
acting like it's a crime now.
Yes,
I just thought
can you be 100% sure that your Aki, wait.
Okay.
I'm not saying 99% sure. Can you be 100% sure that this your assertion is the only assertion and the right assertion?
It's not an assertion. I'm just painting ideas here. Like I said, let the precedence.
No. You are not painting idea. You are making an assertion because you have never allowed me to provide my own idea.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, now you did not allow me to provide my idea. You overruled everybody. So are you saying that this your idea or your assertion? Like I can't even accept that it's an idea because you are so strong about it. Are you saying
I said, I'm not painting ideas.
Not 98, not 99. Are you saying there's no way, there's no possibility, there's no other way for this to have been a mistake, for this to have been any other thing else than what you are talking about?
No. We can include it that it could also be a mistake. I'm not also putting that part.
So why did
all I'm saying is that let us make every instance clear.
Wait, Senator Akin, wait. Let me say. What I'm saying is, yes, they have a sponsorship with a brand that does stuff like that. Yes, they've been going during their their tour that they did to Atlanta, to Houston. They've been doing sessions that were very erotic, asking people about their sexual preferences and stuff. I see Nightcap, but I'm saying it can be a case of, this has happened. Initially, the first thing that someone probably put up his idea was that it was hacked, and then they took it down. And then they were like, we already have this situation. Why don't we make lemonade from this lemon? I'm saying because of there's someone that will do something like this that you probably not even think about giving them the benefit of the doubt. But because this is the first time Shannon, yes, they talk sexually, but this something as sleazy as this, that someone is putting himself live. he has never. He said he has never gone on IG Live before, and people confirm that truly he has never gone on IG Live before. So he has that at least 1 or 2% opportunity to be given this benefit of the doubt to say, okay, it's possible that he made a mistake. Possibly he did not know what was going on exactly. Now, I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just saying we should also not just say.
Okay, Bolly, should I
except
ask
you
you a
can
question?
tell me that you were there.
Bolly,
That you are
can
the
I
one
ask
that
you a
set the
question?
camera for him. You know it's not camera, it's not Instagram worthy. Okuku and US.
Bolly,
So
can I ask you a
possible.
question? Can I
Okay.
ask you a question, no vex? So now, like, he used the opportunity to now, like, allay everybody's fears that he's no longer gay. Now, what's the point? Like, what's the
He
point?
did
Like,
not
why
speak.
do you
Who is saying
why
it?
do you owe everybody
Wait.
explanation? That's my
Aki,
own.
no,
Why do you
they are
owe
not
anybody
rumors.
explanation?
Rumors. Aki, who was saying he was gay?
No, he said a lot of people were saying rumors. There were rumors that
Who were
he
the lot
was
of
gays
people?
and stuff.
Can you mention
You get-
one
and I
credible person among the lot
said,
of people
well,
that were saying
listen. I said, well, I mean, you're rich for crying out loud. Kilo kwe, you're making money. You have kids. I mean, that's just an
Aki,
example of like you're not gay.
You are the one making the rumor. Is it that is making talking about rumor? You are the one connecting the dots.
But as much as
No,
as
you
much
guys
as
are. Wait. I'm not. Wait, get me right. Though. I'm
Actually,
only saying that
as
there
much as
was.
there's no
You don't.
credible,
There's no exactly.
source,
No, there's no credible. So there's no. So him not saying,
sometimes
well, you guys.
when this rumor starts, this is like the easiest way to dispel these rumors. Like, oh, how do I dispel a rumor that
To go live and actually start this thing.
The fact that you were having sex with Michelle doesn't mean that Akin is not coming in for round 2. So that does not dispel anything.
I don't do. Well, we don't do threesomes here, please.
Aki, why are you gay? Why are you gay?
Why are you gay?
Why are you gay?
Please, viewers. These guys are speaking out of terms here, please. Let's be guided, Ejo.
please, Aki, at least now I know that you are passionate about some things other than us now. I don't think I've ever
Yeah,
heard
I'm passionate
you
about
so much
sex.
passion.
Yeah, you understand. Let's do it right.
Like I don't think I've ever heard you speak with so much passion other than us now.
Baba,
Like this. Maybe we should create a new pod for you that
to be honest, it's so hard. What's it called? Concentrating while you are talking and driving. So that's why I'm loud. No vex.
No. It's not about being loud. You are very passionate about this.
You have ginger for this.
You have a lot of ginger for this. I need to talk to you in private about some.
And
Can we move to the next topic? Can we move to the next topic, please?
Which state are you driving from? Which state are you coming? Are you driving from Georgia?
Gay state?
Are you driving from Atlanta? Where are you driving from?
If you guys are conversant about anywhere in this America, you know that it takes. In fact, you can drive about 14 miles back home from church. So that's what's happening.
So you are coming back from church and you have so much passion for sex.
I have so much passion for gay.
I did not feel. You are in the country that promotes that. So I mean,
Wallahi Talai, you are gay. Wallahi Talai, you are gay.
Okay, we'll discuss later.
Maybe we'll be gay.
Maybe we'll create a podcast.
Maybe I need to just keep short at this point because I don't understand this animation.
No. See,
Can we move to the next topic?
Your political career in South Carolina might be in jeopardy.
I don't have what it takes to beg what they call it, please.
Before we even move on from this section of the show, LMJ, the iPhone 16 is supposed to be launched later this year. I know Polish is not. Polish is an Android person. He probably doesn't care about the fact that whether iPhone 500 is going to come out next year. But when you now sit down and wonder about it, like the whole banter I've seen throughout this week has been 14, 15, 16. What's the difference? People be like 14, 15, 16, what's the difference?
Camera pots.
No, my point now is, if I was CEO of Apple, so I would release a phone every year. Do you get? There's the market for it, there's the demand and stuff of it. But if we're being honest, does it really make sense?
No, I think I've always been a convener of the fact that it makes no sense. For anybody that knows me and has been close to me, I've always been vocal about this, that it makes no sense. But if you understand business, you would understand what is happening with Apple is the fact that at this point, it's almost a culture already. It's almost an habit already. Instinctively, people want a new iPhone every year. Like, and it cuts across every industry. Every industry is attached to Apple. Everybody needs Apple to release a new phone to function. Talk about content creator. Like, their unveiling event is one of the biggest events in America every year. You will see people reviewing the phone, even though what they reviewed last year has significantly no difference from what they'll be reviewing this year. And you will see these videos garner a lot of views, 100,000 views, 1 million views, like, and multiple people. So I think it's more of a cultural thing. It's more of a precedence, but it is now becoming laughable because Apple used to be a company that we used to see as the pacesetter when it comes to technological innovation. Apple literally erased keys away from all our phones, and instinctively everybody copied it. Like, they were pace setters in technological advancements, in new improvements on gadgets. They changed the way we deal with our gadgets. But in the last 5-7 years, they've not been innovative. They've not brought anything new to the market. And I think finally it's beginning to dawn on everybody that, wait, exactly, what have we been buying new phones for? Now, let me now burst your bubble. I use a 12 Pro Max. It's presently my camera at this moment. And for every 3 months or every 6 months that they release an update of the iOS, it is more detrimental for me to update the iOS on my phone. It would have been better if I had stuck to iOS 11 on my phone because it is more efficient. It gives more performance on my phone. But my phone is presently on iOS 16, which has been cramping up my phone, making my phone hotter, draining my battery life. So, like, at this point, it's becoming counterintuitive, a lot of the things that they do. It's almost like they are regressing rather than progressing. So it's something that a lot of us have been hammering for years, but it is what it is. On the business side of it, iPhone 16 will probably have the highest sales of all the iPhones because people that have never used an iPhone before will want to get the new iPhone. And
In summary, people will still buy it.
So,
still need to brag at each other.
So since people will still buy it next year, expect the iPhone 17. And to even make matters worse,
there will be a time. So I'm not like a prophet of doom. Yeah, I'm not a prophet of doom, but there will come a time when, if you don't properly innovate, your what's called, I think you're already seen it now. There are a number of purchases as is platooning. And it comes to a time because there's a time when everybody used BlackBerry for everything. Yes, Apple is a bit more innovative. They have their MacBook ecosystem. They have the other products that connect to the iPhone. But there'll come a time where if you continue to give people in 2024, you are giving them your newest innovation is Google Lens rename and camera button. Like, companies have literally phased out camera button. My V50 that I bought in 2020, I could take pictures with my palm by waving like this. So when you come and tell me that you are doing camera button in
should I shock you what they say about our camera button? What their selling point was. They say their selling point was, now content creator doesn't have to worry when they are trying to take pictures. They can just use that camera. I'm like, say Yahweh, yeah. Content creator, is it content creator you guys are doing?
There's no convenience or smartness about it.
And do you know what makes it so annoying? It makes it so annoying. Like, a few months ago, I think, is it the Google Pixel? They came out with the functionality that says, you know what, you can still appear for someone that is actually holding the camera or holding the phone. You can
still appear in that same picture. Yes.
That same picture, and I was like, okay, now over to Apple. What do? You guys suspend this launch of iPhone 16 and do something, and then you come up with a button? Say, yeah, really? Are you guys mad? Are you guys not looking at computers? Are you guys not looking at other phones?
I'm not that stressed about it because I've never used an iPhone before and I've never been motivated to use one. I've always been Android.
Bro, the only reason why it's so annoying. It's so annoying. Like, I use iPhone now. Like, I've changed my iPhone just once, and the only reason why I changed my iPhone was because I was using like the the big one, and I don't like. So I like that I can still grab my phone with my hand comfortably. I have to go change to a mini. That's the reason why I changed the iPhone. But now, ever since I changed the phone, there's been like 3 or 2 other like releases since then. And I'm like, okay, what? Like, it's just like what Bright has said. What has actually changed about this guy? These guys are not innovative. It feels like ever since the Steve died and stuff, nobody's thinking in that. They're just comfortable with whatever they're dishing out to the public. Like, I'm like, it goes to talk about like what you said, but it's like, if they don't start innovating, I'm sorry, they might actually just run out.
Now, I also want to point out, if we understand where we are in technological innovations, we are almost very close to the peak. And I feel like that is one of the grace that Apple is still enjoying. Is the fact that whatever company is going to do what they did to BlackBerry or what happened to Nokia, to them, that tech giant has to take a very giant leap. Maybe holograph, calling, and all of the likes. But the fact remains that we are almost at the pinnacle of technological innovations. Like we grew too fast, and it's almost like there's limitations to what can now be done. So I feel like they might still enjoy that grace for like 3-4 years. Maybe luckily, maybe someone like Huawei, but there's the US-China war, so it might never be Huawei. But whosoever it is would need a new person or not a new company, maybe a transitioning company to now take that big giant.
Bros, if China gets the, let me tell you the secret. They see that 3, 4, 5 years might even be shorter than what you think. If China perfects the EUV, the lithography, what's it called, to get it to like 5 nanometer, if they perfect that technology, they will ruin them. It's just a matter of, we're talking about like 1 or 2 years. I give them. Those guys are damn too close. Just watch. It will shock everybody.
I think we have to move on from this now. To our viewers out there, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This is the end of the Honor But Nothing episode. But for those, you'll find more episodes regarding the NFL, football itself, and every other thing. Please, you can find us we're on TikTok now. Yes. Hello, we're on TikTok too. To our viewers out there, you can find us on TikTok.
We should be doing some trend also, some pattern dance. We should be Moro boy.
I'm not on TikTok. So,
on TikTok too. So
I'm millennial to the core.
you would find
you are an old man.
Content